Hello everyone. Today our objective is to add and subtract polynomials. It's pretty straightforward, so let's just jump into some examples. So let's start by adding 4p squared plus 4 plus 4p squared plus 5p to the fourth. Alright, so this is very similar to yesterday, adding like terms. And so this is just the same thing as 4p squared plus 4 plus 4p squared plus 5p to the fourth. And so we would start by writing them highest power to lowest power. So our highest power is this p to the fourth, so it would be 5p to the fourth. Our next highest power is the p squared, so we have 4p squared plus 4p squared, which is 8p squared plus 4. So our final answer is 5p to the fourth plus 8p squared plus 4. Let's do another one. So let's say we have 14x plus 2x to the fourth plus 14x squared plus the polynomial negative 12x plus 8x squared plus 3x to the fourth. Again, this is the same thing as just 14x plus 2x to the fourth plus 14x squared minus 12x plus 8x squared plus 3x to the fourth. So we're going to start with the highest power, and the highest power here is 4. So we have 2x to the fourth plus 3x to the fourth, which is 5x to the fourth. The next highest power is squared, so we have 14x squared plus 8x squared, which is 22x squared. And then we have 14x minus 12x, which gives us 14 minus 12 is 2, so we have plus 2x. So our final answer here is 5x to the fourth plus 22x squared plus 2x. So now let's do some examples with subtraction. So if we have polynomial 1 plus 5n squared, and we subtract polynomial 4n cubed minus 5n squared, this is a little bit more involved than adding polynomials. So this negative is the same thing as minus 1 times, so you'll need to distribute that through. So you have 1 plus 5n squared minus 4n cubed plus 5n squared. So whenever you subtract, what that happens to your second polynomial is your signs, positive becomes negative and negative becomes positive. So at this point now we can combine like terms. So the highest power here is n cubed, so we have negative 4n cubed. And then we have squared, so we have 5n squared plus 5n squared. So that's 10n squared plus 1. And so that would be our final answer. So let's do another one. So let's say we have 9 x squared minus 3x to the fifth plus 7x as a polynomial minus the polynomial 13x to the fifth minus 8x minus 12x squared. So again, our first polynomial is just left as is. But then our second polynomial, because we're subtracting it, will change the signs of every single term because it's the same thing as multiplying by negative 1. So our minus all of 13x to the fifth minus 8x minus 12x squared becomes minus 13x to the fifth plus 8x plus 12x squared once we distribute that negative. And then we combine like terms, highest power to lowest power. So our highest power is to the fifth, so we have minus 3x to the fifth and minus 13x to the fifth, which gives us minus 16x to the fifth. Our next highest power is squared, so we have 12x squared and 9x squared, so that is 21x squared when we add them together. And then we have plus 7x plus 8x, which is 15x as our final answer. So that is how you do addition and subtraction with polynomials. And so your homework today is just finding some sums and finding some difference. Remember, sum is addition, and difference is subtraction in the instructions. And then on one of your homework problems, number 7, it is a word problem. I want you to try your best and see if you can figure that one out. It's going to be either adding or subtracting polynomials.